Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Early morning. It's your humble host, KD, and I am back with another episode of the ADT News. So look, check this out. I told y'all, and I'm following up with more content. So you already know before we get it started, you know what you gotta do. Hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. Hype me up. You know what I'm saying? Hit the hype button. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, roll up your bleezies, get you something to drink. It's early morning. You see, I'm in my Dumbledore Harry Potter robe. You know what I'm saying? Just take my head. You know what I'm saying? So look, get ready and enjoy the show. All right, so we're gonna hop straight into it. First line up on the docket is I just feel like, yo, it gotta be more extensive screenings when it comes to having people around your kids. You feel what I'm saying? It has to be more screens done. Like it has to be some type of way to where we can sit there and figure out how we can get to into the psyche, into the mind of these people because some of these individuals is very sick. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Where's it at? I don't. They didn't say where, like the location, what state, but a youth track coach has just been sentenced to 50 years in jail. Trigger warning for sitting there basically graping a 14-year-old little girl. And before I give my commentary on it, we're going to sit there and throw the video in there. So here you go.
You understand you're waiving your right to a trial.
51-year-old Darius Lachey became emotional in court this morning after a judge sentenced him to 50 years in prison. In February, the former youth track coach was found guilty of molesting a 14-year-old girl on his team. Court documents state Lachey had sex with the teen twice in his car and once at his apartment, where she was spending the night because of an early morning track meet the next day. The victim's mother spoke with reporters after he was sentenced.
He still destroyed a lot of young girls' lives and a lot of family lives, including his own.
Another accuser, once coached by Lachey, also spoke in court.
At 15 years old, I had to face trauma that no child should ever have to experience.
The woman, who was 15 while on Lachey's track team, accused the coach of grooming her.
I watched my innocence being taken from me, not by a stranger, but by someone who was supposed to guide me, protect me, and help me grow. He took a young athlete's dream and turned it into a trap.
All right, then we back. First and foremost, this is a sick individual. But then again, I have to sit there and think about the parents. Why y'all letting this little girl stay at another grown man's house? Why y'all letting y'all young 14-year-old daughter stay at another grown man's house? They ain't say nothing about the man got a wife, kids, this, that, and the third. So she gonna be with the kids and this, that, and the third. It's a buffer because it's a whole nother female in there to sit there. Hey, what the fuck you doing? Why you keep on getting up every 15 minutes and leaving out the room type? You know what I'm saying? Evidently, this man lives by himself. And what makes it even worse is at the end of this clip, you have another individual that came forward when she was 15, man, did the same thing to her. So who knows how many other little girls he been sitting there diddling. As parents, we got to sit there and do better at what's the word I want to use? We got to do better with sitting there reading people and going with your first thoughts. Because point blank, period, I know your first thought wasn't, oh, yeah, it's okay for me to sit there and let my daughter sit there and go spend the night because I have to go to work in the morning and she has a track meet, this, that, and nah, my nigga, hey, look, I'm going to be a little bit late because I got to go drop my daughter off to the schools to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, no, you don't let your daughter go sleep at another grown man's house. That's mind boggling. No, sir. And being that this is, damn, it's too early. I can't even sit there and do it. But oh yeah, my boy, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You about to serve 50 years. You already look like you in your 40s. So you serving the rest of your time in jail. They gonna sit there do some wild, crazy, and strange things to you, my boy. They don't like people that sit there and play with children, my boy. They gonna stuff you full of delicatessen meats, my boy. That's the best way I could. Hey, hey. They gonna stuff you full of delicatessen meats, my boy. You read between the lines, cause yeah, they don't. They gonna teach you a lesson that you knew in the back of your mind was a possibility, but you never thought you was getting caught. Tricks up, my boy. You got caught. So yeah, get ready, cause your next I don't even think you're gonna last at 50. But yeah, your next couple of years about to be real rough. Real rough, my boy. But look, it's too early for me to curse, so because you don't deserve me personally the way I feel like you don't even deserve to be here, bro. But I I just reported yesterday that a trans illegal immigrant got 6 months for raping a 14-year-old boy in a New York bodega bathroom. Today, this morning, I'm reporting on a grown black man that got 50 years for raping a 14-year-old little girl. I just thought I should put that there just for y'all to sit there and think about it. But on to the next one. So look, this is another crazy one for me. Like, but I'm gonna show you how people could be so malicious and not caring about people and how it can bite them in their ass every time. So look, check it out. You get locked up. For some reason, isn't specified, but for some reason, you got a colostomy bag on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what a colostomy bag is. If you don't know, take a couple of seconds, go to Google. Look up colostomy bag. Your bag? Okay. So you got a colostomy bag on. You get locked up, and it's around the time for the colostomy bag to actually come off. You got to do a 2-year sentence. The Prison Health Administration refuses to green light the surgery. Refuses to green light the surgery. So now you got to sit there and sit 2 years with a colostomy bag. Now, mind you, the prison would have only had to pay $900 to do the surgery. Now, I'm about to put this video up here, and we going to see what this man received for them doing what they normally do to black and brown folks, be negligent and don't care. Check it out.
$307.6 million has been awarded to a former Michigan inmate. He says he spent more than 2 years in prison suffering every day because a medical contractor wouldn't approve a surgery to reverse his colostomy bag. Erica Erickson is speaking with him and his attorney tonight.
In the end, years later, the attorney for that former inmate says he told that jury, quote, "I made a mistake. This is worse than I ever could have imagined on paper." How were you treated?
I was scrutinized. I was treated like an animal.
By whom?
Inmates and staff.
He says he suffered for over 2 years while behind bars, denied necessary surgery to remove his colostomy bag. 44-year-old former inmate Cochise Jackson can barely put it into words.
Oh, it was awful. You can't imagine.
In prison from 2016 to 2019 under the Michigan Department of Corrections, Jackson, his attorneys say, early on developed a medical issue requiring the bag.
The doctor told him, "Don't worry, it's temporary. You only have to have this for 6 to 8 weeks."
But his attorney, John Marco, who calls the private healthcare company Corizon evil and a criminal enterprise, says the surgery Corizon refused to approve only cost $919.35.
The less services that this private prison healthcare company gives to the inmates, the more money it gets to keep.
The lawsuit filed back in 2019 says Jackson was not only refused necessary health care and supplies over and over, but also hospitalized for being beaten so badly, the bag often splitting open, feces all over his body.
Shame on him. I'm still a human being at the end of the day.
Marco says during the trial, former Corizon employees testifying they were not allowed to call an ambulance at times because it would cost too much money.
Her boss at Corizon told her, "Just get him comfortable and let him die."
Marco says he's now spoken to other inmates across the state and country with similar problems.
One individual had to wait 12 and a half years to get his colostomy reversed. The skin around his stomach started dying. Another individual had to wait 5.5 years. His intestine had actually migrated outside of his body.
And now while Jackson and Marco say they're satisfied with the historic $307.6 million verdict.
I just wish these bad people would get put out of business so they can't do the same thing they did to me to anyone else.
These people should not only be put out of business, they should be put in prison themselves.
Marco went on to say there's a lot of former and current inmates who need help. And while this is a good start, there's still a lot of work to do.
We back. So you mean to tell me you caused whoever decided not to green light this, not to green light it, that's on the Michigan prison health board, health provider board. Or not even a board, just somebody that had the paperwork and just didn't push it through, then green light it. By you sitting there trying to save the prison $900, you just cost the prison $3.7 million. Excuse me, not 307 million. No, is it 3.7? So it would have been 3.7. The man got 307 million. Damn. That's way more than 3.7. That nigga got 300 and bro. I just did the math in my head. And I've been looking at this. Bro, I read that totally wrong. That man got $307 million from the Michigan State prison health providers. Well, Michigan State prison, Michigan State, all that bull, or everything is combined. This one individual cost y'all $307 million because the man had to do 2 years locked up with a fucking colostomy bag, and it was been supposed to come off. And the surgery was only $900. I know you kicking yourself in the ass. I know your superiors are kicking you in the ass. You probably got fired. Man, to those of y'all that watch this video that happen to work in these type of situations, bro, don't be a jackass and sit there and cause yourself end up losing your job because you ain't want to green light some stuff, and then now niggas get awarded $307 million. $307 million for going through 2 years of incarceration with a colostomy bag. Boy, that man, he came up. Now, hopefully, he ain't getting no bacterial infections or nothing like that to where it really hurt him. But he came up, my boy. You came up, my boy. You came up. Mm, mm, mm. 307 million. Sheesh. But look, on to the next one. All right, so look, they ask you a question. If you start your shift and unbeknownst to you, you got to work a regular 12-hour shift. Unbeknownst to you, payroll did a whole switcheroo on your payments. Because normally you're getting paid $16, $17. They mess up on your payment, right? Well, they mess up on your pay on your paycheck. Well, not even your pay. Well, yeah, they mess up on your paycheck. Cause that one day you go to work and you work a 12-hour shift. When you get your check for one day's worth of work, you made $19,000. Well, 19 and some change. Why? Because payroll, instead of putting 1650 as what you're supposed to get paid per hour, they put $1,650. So for this young woman, you know what I'm saying? She clocks into work. She gets a blessing. And now, you know, just like I know, they don't like when they fuck up. So look, check this out. I'm gonna play this video and we're gonna discuss it. Here you go. Alright, and we back. So you mean to tell me y'all messed up? And not only did y'all mess up, when y'all caught it, it was too late. It had already went through. The check had been processed or the digital funds had been processed and it already had been loaded up on my card. At this point, that is no longer your money. That is my money. And as the commercial says, it's my money and I need it now. So you expect me to be a quote unquote generous and honest employee in return, the $19,000 that just changed my life for the better. So now with this $19,000, shit, I can catch up on bills. Even, you know what I'm saying? Buy some new furniture. Cause Lord knows I needed a new mattress and a new couch. These kids been fucking this goddamn house up. They need some new clothes. Huh, got that? Huh, mama need a new couple of wigs. Got that? And I needed me some new shit from Shein and Fashion Nova. Got a whole lot of that. And guess what? I still got $16,000. Cause you know what? I know how to bargain shop. Bitch, I didn't spend $300 on Facebook Market to get me a new couch and a mattress. But beyond all the jokes and shit, now she's facing federal, not federal, but felony theft charges. Because once the company found out, and they reached out to her saying, excuse me, we made a clerical error, and we would need you to return that money. And Sweetheart sat there and said, no, that's my money, and I need it now. Y'all messed up, not me. I came to work. I did my job. Whoever was in the background, they didn't do their job. So you take that up with them. You get that from them. That's what I would have said too. I don't even know if she said that, but that's what I would have said. Y'all messed that up. That's no longer in this account. To be honest with you, I been took this out the account and I locked the account. So, hey, listen, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You're not getting that back. Y'all messed up, not me. Not me. That's just like you go to sleep, you have $0.75 in your account. You wake up in the morning to $3.5 million in your account. Why? Because somebody fucked up. Whether if it was the bank, payroll, whoever, somebody fucked up. At this point, when that shit gets released from y'all system and it gets connected to my system, hey, listen. Me no speaking in English. Me no speaking nigga English. No speaking no English. No, me no know. Me no know. Me no know. But prayers up to it. Hope she don't sit there and go to jail. But 9 times out of 10, she gonna be on her way because them white folks is not playing about that money. But hey, it is what it is. You came up, baby. You came up. So look, now we here for what we here for. This is the grand. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so now we finna sit there and really get into this. I like to call it the Offset saga. So we all know that Offset been going through a rough couple of years. His wife left him. He getting a divorce. He dropping music. It's good, but it ain't getting him to where it needs for. It ain't getting him to where he needs to be at. I can't even say his ex-wife because they still legally married. Had a new baby on him. You know what I'm saying? The whole internet is clowning him because he wants in the divorce settlements. He wants to get child support and no, I think was it child support? No, it was damn, it's the word that start with a A. Alimony and stuff of that nature, and everybody sitting there clowning, oh, you the man, why you ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, listen. In the eyes of the law, whoever makes the most money has to pay the alimony. So it ain't his fault that he married a soon to be superstar. And you gotta pay how you weigh, baby. But beyond that, um, nobody really knew until Lil TJ sit there and drop this tidbit of information for real, a couple of months ago that Offset is going broke. And why you say Offset is going broke? Because Offset has a gambling problem. Most people that are rappers, you would think they would go broke because of go broke and shit because they spend their money on stupid stuff and they get too high, so people start stealing from them and they don't notice. And when they do notice, it's because they broke. But you have son that, you know, I'm a gambler. I got a lot of it and I can get a lot more, so I gamble. In Offset case, he's losing a lot more than what he's winning. Let's just make that clear. He's losing a lot more than what he's winning. So, supposedly a couple of months ago, Lil TJ ran into Offset at a casino in which Offset asked that man to borrow $10,000. Which Lil TJ, he said, all right, I got you. Don't worry about it. He gave it to him.
Broke. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the stream too. That broke. That pop. I'll tell y'all a true story. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit in the casino. He was pop. He was panicking. He was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke. I don't know what happened. Nobody was answering his phone call. He popped, trying to run up, chasing. Must got a gambling addiction.
So, a couple months down the line, you see Offset sitting there throwing up pictures of $1 million Hublots and all that, and major winnings, and yeah, I just won 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Niggas counting up 130,000 and this, that, and the third.
3, 4, 5, chicken dinner. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 111, 461, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 61. Have a good one, baby. Office, get out of here. Go. I'm proud of you, baby. I'm proud of you.
At the casino. So your man Lil TJ hit him up like, yo, where my bread? Send me my 10. Which I respect it. If I was there, if I just happened to be there, if I just happened to be there at the time when you needed help, because according to the story, you calling around, you walking up to people, and you know what I'm saying, you asking, ain't nobody sitting there that lend a helping hand. But then I come around, and when I come around, I'm there to here go a 10-piece. You lost it, but hey, you say you was gonna get me back on the back end. I believe that you got some money, so you gonna get me back on the back end. Now, when you start posting, oh, you just spent $1 million on a watch and you just won multiple times you won 100,000, 200,000. Hey, my man, you remember 2-3 months ago, I had tossed you a 10-piece because you said you was in dire needs of it when I bumped into you in the casino. I see you back in the casino. I see you getting your chicken back up. Slide me back my 10. No harm, no foul. But as these young niggas do, niggas don't know how to talk. So your man Offset sat there and replies, hey, nigga, who you talking to? I will smack dog shit out you, boy. Like, nigga, fuck you in your 10. Basically. So you want to take the tough guy role. Okay. Hey, a lot of niggas like to take the tough guy role. It's cool. So now, about a good 3-4 days ago, Lil TJ runs into Offset again in the casino, this time in Florida. And supposedly they got into a scuffle. Nice little fisticuffs. So, with that being said, you would think everything would be settled. Nah. Supposedly Offset got popped in the cheek. And I ain't talking about punch in the face. Yeah. Yeah. They sat there and sent the hot one through his cheek, my boy. They sent the hot one through his cheek, my boy. Now, sources say that Offset was actually getting the best of Lil TJ. I mean, they probably about the same height, but weight wise and from the shoulders, I give Offset that. But at the same time, where's your peoples at? Why is you there by yourself? For this to even sit there and happen in this fashion. To where you sitting there whipping a nigga and then all of a sudden you get shot in the ass cheek. Nasty business. Nasty business. Now, they're saying that, well, Lil TJ has a news clip where he's coming out of lockup. So let's see what Lil TJ got to say. Here you go. TJ, what happened at the casino? Did you fight at the casino?
Does Offset owe you money?
I don't do no damn fighting.
Did you shoot Offset?
Did I shoot Offset? It's crazy.
They're saying you were disorderly. Outside the casino, there was a fight near the valet.
Offset, he would never play with me like that. Ask Offset.
He owe you money?
Ask Offset. That shot me. La, the rat chap.
Did he put his hands on you?
I don't know how many times I tell you shit like that. Nobody will touch me. You know what happened last time? Touch me. You know what happened? Touch me.
What happened?
I don't even know. Ask Google.
Who else was involved?
Did you ever say if you didn't give your money, you get it back in blood?
Yo, don't say that, bro. Take it easy, bro.
Right, and we back. So it seems, according to Lil TJ, Offset is snitching. My whole thing is this. Y'all know y'all was on camera, right? If you're fighting inside and right outside the entrance of a casino, there are at least 10,000 cameras looking at every angle at you, my boy. From the inside and out. Every angle. Left, right, up, down, and everything in between. So, it is safe to say Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Maybe the cameras told it all. But hey, did you get your $10,000 back? Because now you about to spend way more money going to court. Did you get your $10,000 back? Hey, my boy. Some things you got to sit there think through before, you know what I'm saying, you execute. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Maybe you should have called him when he won something. But then you'd have possibly sat there, then you'd have possibly called a robbery charge. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, who knows? Just take back your $10,000. If he won 200,000, run down on him, nigga, give me my 10, and I'm going in to win. You know you owe me. Play me like you know me. And with that, it's been another episode of Around the Town. The news, that is. And if you don't know, hit the like button, subscribe. It's your humble host, KD. Peace.